For those of you just joining, we are doing our website 201 class today. This is our follow-up to our website 101 class. So we're going to start by going to agent.kw.com and we're going to log into command here. Just a reminder that your username is not case sensitive, but your password is. So if you have any trouble logging in, if you click on this little eyeball icon here, that'll show you what your password is to make sure that's keyed in correctly there. So we're going to go ahead and sign in. And I'm going to drop those class notes in the chat box one more time for you. So command's being a little bit slow today, so if it's slow loading on your end, don't worry, it will catch up. So before we dive into the website, we want to make sure that our marketing profile is filled out properly. So we're going to go up to the top right corner and click on our name, and we're going to go down to settings. Once we're here on the left-hand side, we're going to click on Connect Settings, and then we're going to go to our marketing profile. The marketing profile is what feeds over to all of your marketing, including your website. So you do want to make sure all of your information is correct in here and populating correctly. So for your headshot here, you do want to make sure that is cropped to a perfect square. If it is not, it will upload distorted and it will look distorted on your marketing. If you do have any trouble cropping your photo or uploading it, you can email it to us and we can get that updated for you. And our email is support@scottleroymarketing.com. And I'll drop that in the chat box here as well for you. So then we get down to the team logo. So if you are not on a team, you still want to have something in this box because some of the marketing pulls that logo in. And if you don't have a logo uploaded here, it will show up as a broken link. So you can throw in here this KW logo here or a realtor logo, anything you want to throw in there. Next, you want to make sure that your details are all correct for your marketing. Make sure your name is reflecting the way it does on your license to make sure you are compliant. And any additional information, just verify that everything is correct in here. Most likely, if you have already done the website 101 class, this is already done and set up. But if you need to go in and update anything, you can review this at any time. So if you have any military affiliations, you can add those in here. So in the bio box, you want to make sure this reflects the way you want it to look. So any line breaks or anything like that, you want to make sure those are in there correctly. Your contact information, so your mobile phone number, your office phone number. And I always like to point out your email does not have to reflect your KW email. If you have another business email that you use, you can throw that in there instead of your KW email, that is fine. For your website URL, if you are utilizing the KW websites, you want to make sure that you do not have www here. That will cause the link to not work as the command sites do not work with www. You do want to make sure that HTTPS is in there. That is what's going to make your link clickable on your marketing. Down to market center information. So you'll see this logo looks distorted here. It will correct itself on your marketing. This does not carry over distorted like the headshot photo does. You want to make sure that your market center information is correct. Make sure that's reflecting the correct address there. If by chance you have transferred to another office or your office has moved or changed locations, just make sure that is up to date here. Your legal footer text, if you have any legal text that is required for compliance, you can throw that in there. You do not have to add in the each office is independently owned and operated. That is automatically on your marketing materials. So if you threw that in there, it would show up twice. You have the option for legal footer links. So for instance, Texas agents need their Texas commission information here, and New York agents need their standard operating procedure links here. Legal footer images. So these images are very small. These are little thumbnail images, 128 by 48 pixels. So you don't really want to use this to like advertise vendors or anything, but if you have any additional designation logos or things like that, you can throw those in there. Social media. So this is where you want to link your business pages. You probably do not want to use your personal pages, but you can throw your business page links in here. And then that will bring your links up on your website. So then people can click on your social media links and go right to your business pages. Google Analytics is not currently working within Command at the moment. They are in the process of updating that. We are hoping that'll be up soon. So if you have made any changes in here, you want to be sure that you click on Save, just to make sure those changes save within your profile. And another thing to note is always make sure that in the top right, this is toggled to that green color. If this is gray, that means it is not reflecting on your marketing. So you want to make sure that is always on. So now that we have gone over the marketing profile, we can go ahead and head into the websites. So we're going to go into the consumer tab. So that's going to be the last one on that left side menu. And if you're not sure of these icons quite yet, if you click on the red KW in the top left corner, that will bring out a detailed menu for each of these icons. So we're going to go into consumer. So if you have done the website 101 class, or we've already set you up, you probably already have these first 3 pages here. So what we're going to be going over today is some additional pages. We will be going over a download my app page, a mortgage calculator page, a school search page, Keller covered, Keller mortgage, what's my home worth, and we'll go over testimonial pages and also how to add a custom page using Google Docs. So to get started, we are going to go to the top right-hand corner and click on Create New Page. So this process is going to be the same for each page that we create. And we always want to make sure this is on My Agent site and not this bottom option as a landing page, as these are standalone one-off pages, so those will not show up on your website. So be sure you are under On My Agent site, and we are going to create page. So we'll start with an easy one first. We will start with download my app. So when you're creating your pages, the first thing I recommend doing is going to the top left corner and naming your page. So for this one, on the right-hand side, you'll see we have these widgets over here. So these are all widgets that we can add to the website pages. So I'll go through each of them to kind of go over what each of them does. So we have our team widget. So if you are on a team and you want to showcase that on your website, you can use this to show everyone that's on your team. You can add all the team agents on there. It will show their photos and information. Agent profile is pretty much what it says. That's going to be your profile information from that marketing profile that we were just working in. Contact form, again, pretty straightforward. This is a form where clients can go in and key in their contact information, and then that will come into your command database as a lead. Testimonial carousel and testimonial list. So these are 2 different options to showcase your testimonials on your website. Company profile. So this is a page that kind of showcases your market center, or you can also utilize this for some custom content if you want to get more into editing that. You do already have one of these pages on your website showcasing your market center. Testimonial capture form. So this is the form to capture those testimonials, which would show up on the testimonial list or a carousel. And then we have download my app. So this is the one we're going to be using for this page. You'll just simply click and drag until it comes over. You'll see that green line, meaning that it's ready to drop in, and we'll just drop that there. So once you drop your widget in there, we will click on Configure Widgets. And just to make sure everything's correct, we'll click on that Download My App button. And this should automatically link it to your branding. So we will save and apply. And then on the top right, we are going to save changes. So it's going to ask if we want to publish the page. For now, we're going to say no, because we will go through the publish process after we are done adding all of our pages. So next up, we are going to add our mortgage calculator page. So once again, we're going to go in the top right corner and click on Create New Page. We're going to do On My Agent Site and Create. Once again, I'm going to go to the top left and rename it first. And then for this, we're going to have to add some code in to get that mortgage calculator to show up. So to do that, we have to add a text box. Now, in order to work with the text boxes, you do have to add a widget in, and I will show you why. So if we go under content blocks and we grab that text block, if we don't have a widget in here, it's not going to let us save this. You'll see that the configure and save buttons are grayed out. But if we go back under widgets and we grab a widget, so we'll just use the Download My App one. We'll drop that under that text box, and now those buttons come available there. So you do always have to have some kind of widget on your page before you can save a text box on there. So now that we have those in here, we're going to go to our class notes, and I'm going to drop those in here once more for you. So we're going to go on our notes and we're going to search for mortgage calculator, which is right here. So this fun code here, we are going to highlight this whole code. And then we're going to right click and copy. And then we're going to go back to that page and make sure that text is highlighted there, or you can delete it. And then we're going to right click and paste. So once you paste that code in there, before you click off of the text box, you want to highlight the entire code. And then you want to click this little link button right here. So we're going to click on that. And then that's going to transform that code into our mortgage calculator. So once that is saved and everything looks good, we will go ahead and hit Save Changes in the top right. And again, we are not going to publish this just yet. So next up, we will do our school search page. So again, we're going to create new page. So top left corner, we're going to rename. So for our local school search, and we have all our notes here in these class notes. Let's see, right down here. So our Great Schools widget, this is our school search widget. So for this, we are going to use the agent profile widget. So we'll go in here and click and drag that over. Now, before we start configuring this to work, we're going to go back to our class notes. And we have that schools widget hyperlinked in the notes. So we're going to go ahead and click on that. So in order to set this up, yeah, I'll drop those class notes in the chat box again for you. So they are right here in this link. Okay, so to set up your school search widget, you first want to enter your location. So you can either enter, you probably don't want to do a specific address, but you can enter either zip code or city and state. That way it pulls the local information for that area. You do not want to change the size. You will leave this as it is. You will enter your email here. And then you're going to enter your website URL. And then once you have your information keyed in there, you are going to agree to the terms and services. And then that button to get widget code is going to come available. So we're going to click on that. And then here's our code. So we are going to highlight this whole code. We will right click and copy. And now we'll go back over to our website page and we'll start configuring this here. So on the right side at the bottom, we're going to click on configure widgets. And then we're going to click on agent profile. So from the top down, so it's automatically going to pull your headshot in from your marketing profile. If you do want to use a different picture, if you want to throw in like a picture of a school or a bus or something like that to more reflect the school search page, you can click on the little trash can here, and then you can upload another photo to be on this page. So then for the page title and information, we have that in our class notes for you. So if we go over to our class notes, right down here, you'll see page title, your role and company information. And then for the bio title, we are just going to put a space in that bar just to make sure that it is filled in because it is required. So I'll show you that there. So for the page title, we are doing local school search. And then for the role and company, we are doing search for schools in your area. And then for the bio title, so you'll see if you delete this and click off, it's going to show up red because it is required. But if we click on that box and just put a space in there, it will override that. So then next we have the agent bio box. So this is where we are going to put that code to embed the school search widget. So we are going to highlight all of this and delete it. And then before we paste that code in there, we want to make sure that it is centered in the box. So to do this, we are going to do our brackets and type in center. And then we will paste our code. And then we're going to do our brackets and center again at the bottom. Thank you for dropping those notes in the chat for me. All right, so once we have that in there, we are going to click on save and apply. And then that's going to update to our configuration. So here is our local school search. And you'll see it is nice and centered because we added that center brackets at the top and bottom. So once you have that keyed in and it looks good, you will click on Save Changes in the top right. And once again, we are not going to publish yet because we're not quite done. So next up, we are going to do our Keller Covered Keller Mortgage. So we will again click on Create New Page. So for this, we're going to go back into our class notes again. And we are going to look for that Keller Covered, which is right here. So we're going to go ahead and you'll see this code here, and it is in here twice in case you miss it. So we're going to copy this code. And we are going to go over here. And again, in order to use that text box, we have to have a widget in here first. So we'll just grab that app widget. And then we will go down to content box and we're going to grab that text widget. And you'll see when you click and drag these, that green bar shows up. So that is where your box is going to drop. So make sure you are dropping this at the top. And then we are going to highlight that text and delete it. And then we are going to paste that code in there. But before we click on that link button or do anything else with it, we are going to go back to our class notes. And we have a URL link here. So you'll see Keller Covered Agent URL lookup. We're going to click on that. This is what's going to brand the page to you as the agent. So once we open that link, we're going to scroll down So under step 1, create your personalized marketing page. You're going to search for your name in this box. So for this, I'm just going to look up a test one here just to show you how it works. So when you type in your name, it's going to auto-populate. You'll just look for yourself and click on your name. So let's see. We'll just grab this demo account one here. And then once you have your name selected there, you will hit search. And then once you do that, you will get your page URL here. And you'll see a preview of that on the right-hand side as well. So we're going to go ahead and click on copy to copy this link. And then we're going to go back to our page. And within our text box, we are going to highlight this highlighted link here. And then once we have that selected, we're going to right click and paste our custom code. Once you have that code in there, we're going to highlight the entire text box and we're going to click on that link button. And that's going to give you your Keller Mortgage page here. So once you have your custom link in there, this will show your name up here as the agent. So this will be customized to you. So once that looks good and you've got it all set up, we'll go ahead and click on Save Changes in the top right corner. And once again, we are not going to publish yet. We still have a little bit more to do here. So the next page we're going to do is going to be our What's My Home Worth page. So in the top right corner, create new page and create. So again, top left, rename that page before you get started. And then for this one here, we're going to pull over the contact form widget. So what this page is going to do is it is going to capture your client's contact information and pull it into your database as a lead. So then once that lead comes in from your page, you can go ahead and create a CMA for them with whatever service that you use for your CMAs. So once we have that contact form thrown in here, we're going to configure widget. And we are going to click on contact form up here. And that's going to let us edit this page. So if we go back to our class notes here, let's see, we got to look for it here. Here we go. All right, so for the contact us line, we're going to grab this What's My Home Worth. So we'll just highlight it, right click and copy. And then we'll go over here. So that's going to be the top text box here. We'll get rid of that. And then we will right click and paste. And then for the body text, we'll go back to our class notes and we will select all of the body text information. And again, right click and copy. And then we'll go back and paste that. And then for our message placeholder, we will go back over here and copy this little message here. So we want to select everything in this box and delete, and then we will paste. So once you have all of that keyed in, verify that this is reflecting the correct phone number for you. It does tend to pull sometimes the Market Center phone number over your personal phone number. So just make sure that's reflecting the way you want it to. Once you have that filled out, you can save and apply, and then you'll be able to see your changes over here. So all that text that you entered will reflect in this box. So once we've got that done, we can go ahead and save changes. And once again, we are not quite done, so we are not going to publish quite yet. So next we are going to do our testimonial pages. So this will be a two-part here. We are first going to create our testimonial capture page, and then we are going to do our testimonial list page where you can list your testimonials once they are captured on your website. So we're going to go ahead and create new page. So we will start with our testimonial capture. So we will name this Leave a Review. So on our widgets on the right side here, we are going to grab the testimonial capture form. So that's going to be the bottom left one. We will click and drag that over. Once we have that over here, we are going to configure widget and click on testimonial capture. And this one should be at the top of the class notes all the way on the first page. So for team name, so you can either use your name, or if you're on a team, you can use your team name. You can kind of use your judgment and preference as far as that goes. And then for our headline text, let us know about your experience, or if you have different verbiage that you would prefer to put in there, you can kind of customize this however you want it to look. And then the rest of these boxes here, we are going to leave them as is. They are auto-filled. But if you do want to customize these with your own text or wording, you absolutely can. So once we have our name and headline there, we are going to save and apply. So now you'll see this page has updated a little bit. So let us know about your experiences up here at the top. And then down here, how would you rate your experience with Scott Livery Marketing? Because we threw that name in there. So once we have that looking how we want it, we will go ahead and save changes. And then no. So now we will do our testimonial list page. So again, create new page. So for this one, we will go with see what our clients think for the page name, or you can have this say whatever you want it to. And then you have the option to either use the testimonial carousel or the testimonial list. So the carousel kind of goes like a slideshow sideways, showing your testimonials. And then the testimonial list is going to list them on your page. So I'm going to grab the list option here. So we're going to configure widget and testimonial list. So for the headline, we're going to do the same thing that we put in the page name in the top left. And again, you can have this say whatever you want it to. You can customize this however you want. So for intro text, again, you can do whatever you want with this. And then client details down here. So this is going to be the information that shows up on your reviews. So if you don't want it to show their location, you can uncheck the city box. If you don't want it to show when they became a client, you can uncheck that. So you can kind of customize this how you want it to. If you just want it to show first name and not their last initial, so you can kind of customize that a little bit. The one thing you cannot change is the order that the reviews are listed in. So they are sorted by oldest to newest. So the oldest ones will be at the top, and then it will track down. And we do not have an option to reorganize those at this time. So down at the bottom, so you will see a browse testimonials button. So this is how you will pull those testimonials in once they have been left on your testimonial capture page. So if you're just creating this and no one has utilized that page yet, you'll see that this will be empty and you won't have anything to add just yet. But once someone does submit a new testimonial on your review page, then this is where you will go in and add that to your testimonial list. So you would click on Browse Testimonials. And so you can select and remove them by these checkboxes here. So if I wanted to add this one to our website, I could click that checkbox. If I wanted to remove one of these, I would simply uncheck one of these and it would remove it. Once you have that set up as you want it, you will continue. So this is how that list is going to look on here. And then we will save and apply. and save changes. And once again, we're not quite done, so we are not going to publish yet. So the last one we are going to do is I'm going to show you how to create a custom page using a Google Doc. So we are going to create a new page. So I'm going to use this to showcase sold properties because there is not an option right now to showcase those. So you can kind of create a custom page to do that manually yourself. So for this, you want to go into your Google Docs within your Google account, and you're going to create your Google Doc how you want it to look before you start creating your page. So when you are creating this, you do want to make sure you are using photos from your computer and uploading those to your Google Doc. Just because sometimes if you copy and paste images, once you post that to your website, those images can show up as a broken link and you won't be able to see those pictures. Whereas if you upload them to the doc, they will always be there and always show up the way they are supposed to. So once you have your page created, as long as everything is centered on your page, it will be centered when you put it on your website. So the way it looks here is how it's going to look once you move it over. So what we're going to do is we are going to select this whole page and we are going to copy. And now we're going to go back to our website page and we're going to need a text box for this. So again, we're going to have to drop a widget in here first. And then we'll go to content blocks and grab our text box. So we're going to double click here, get rid of that text, and then we are simply going to right click and paste. And that's going to paste that whole document in there for you. So once you have that in there, you will save changes. And so now this is our last page, so we can go ahead and click on yes to start publishing our pages to our website. So this is where our agent site pages are held, where we can remove and add our pages. So if you are not using this through the editor and you're trying to access this page, so when you first go under consumer, you will be on this page here. On the right side under view, so if these eyeballs are gray, that means they are not live on your page yet. If they are this teal color down here, that means they are live on your page. So what we're going to do is we are going to publish all of these new pages to show up live. So by doing that, we're going to go to Site and App Settings. And then we are going to go all the way to the right to Agent Site Pages. So on the left-hand side here, we are going to click on Add Page. And we're going to start from our first one and work our way up. So our first page we made was our Download My App page. So we're going to click on that little box there and continue. So the first thing we are going to do is our page title. And then our URL slug over here. So if you want to space your words out, you will have to throw a dash in there. And then our SEO description. Once you have all of that keyed in, we will hit save. Once that is saved, then that page goes live on your website right away. So we're going to go through and do this for each of our pages here. So next we have our mortgage calculator. So your page title here is what is going to show on your website. So I'll show you how that looks here. And if you're not sure what your website URL is, when you go to consumer, you will always be able to find that right here. So this is our website URL. So I'm going to click on that to go into our website. So this page title text here is what is going to show up in your menu here. So like we just did our Download My App page, and you'll see that is already live and right there on our list here. So we're going to go back over here and finish our mortgage calculator page. So now that page is live on our website, and we're going to keep working through our list here. So next we have our school search. And we're just going to keep going through our list until we have all of our pages live and active. Okay, so that was our last page that we created. So now all of our pages should be live on our website. So let's go back and check it out. So you'll see now that we are back under agent site pages, all of our pages are teal. We do not have any gray pages left, which is good. That means all our pages are currently live on our website. So we'll go ahead and click on our website link here and see what that looks like. So now we'll go back up and click on our drop-down menu, and all of our pages that we just created are now live on our site. So I'll go through and show you what each of them look like. So we have our download my app page. So when they click on this, this will be branded to your app. And at the bottom of every page is this interested, let's talk contact form. So then we have our mortgage calculator. So you'll see that all looks good there. And so your clients can come in here and customize this. They can put in any information that they would like, and it will populate their information over here. So this is completely customizable for them. Next, we have our school search page. So there is our school search widget. And then we have our Keller covered Keller mortgage. So there's our customized page here. Now we have our What's My Home Worth page. So there's that contact form to capture their contact information. Our leave a review page. So this is what it's going to look like when they go to leave a review on their page. So you'll see all of these boxes are required. There is that red asterisk here. So they will just need to fill their information out, select how many stars they want to rate, and type in their review here. Once they type that in, they will be able to preview, and then they'll have an option to submit that. Then we have our testimonial list page here, see what our clients think. So once you add those testimonials in, you'll be able to see those in this list. And then we have our custom sold properties page here. So that is all our pages that we have just created. So another thing I will show you on the websites. So if we go back to site and app settings here, this middle option, featured listings, you can feature up to 12 listings on your website. So you can do this by selecting listings here. And once you find the listings you want to add, you can click on those, save changes, and these are going to show up on the homepage of your website. So I will go back and show you where those are. So if we scroll down on this page, here's our featured listings here. So again, you can feature up to 12 listings at a time, and you can delete and add anytime you want to by simply going to that page in that site and app settings here. So to delete them, you would just click on this little trash can icon next to the listing. And make sure when you're making changes on this page, you always click on Save Changes in the bottom right corner. These will not automatically save. So if you don't click that button, it's not going to save on your website. So that about wraps it up for today. You can go back and watch this on YouTube. I will drop the link in our chat box here. If you have any questions or you run into any trouble with anything, you can reach out to us anytime at support@scottleroymarketing.com, and we would be more than happy to help you out. Thank you for joining today. I hope you all have a great rest of your week.